It's Bourbon Night live. Hello, I'm Chad.
I'm Sarah.
How is everyone doing out there?
Good, I hope.
Yes, good. Well, Superman does good. You're doing well. If anyone can get that reference, it's from a TV show. I'll give you that.
What a nerd.
Hint. We're gonna get something in our glasses while you guys tell us what's in your glass and so forth. We've got 3 uncorkings to do tonight.
What?
3.
3?
1, a 2.
Oh my god.
3.
And we also have a bunch of what's news to cover.
Yeah. Oh, geez. And I'm already spilling.
And you're already overpouring and spilling.
You don't have to drink it all.
Thank you, Chad. I appreciate it.
That's the thing. We said it last week, but we'll keep on saying it at the top for a while. There's now these new chapters. So after this live is done and one of us goes back and we add in the chapters, then you can just scroll on the little scroll bar down there and you can see where the next thing starts and you can hop around, and it's the whole thing.
It's a whole thing. It's
a whole thing.
It's going to be easier.
Yeah,
better.
Technology, man.
Yeah.
But now we're starting off. If you want to tell them what we're starting off with, Sarah, I left my water over there, so I'm going to grab that. And you know what that means.
All right.
It means drink.
So we are starting with Chattanooga Whiskey, 1816 Cask, which I don't know what that means. I'm not super familiar with Chattanooga, but 1816 Cask is something. And it's 113.6 proof, which is why I nosed this and I was like, oh, what is this? This smells nice. I can't read lips, Chad. He was trying to tell me off screen, and I can't read lips, so
he's out of luck. I thought we worked.
Nope. It is one skill that I will never... People do that to me. They'll turn around and be like... I'm like, I have no idea what you're saying.
You can imagine in this time period where we're having to wear masks, she's just completely...
Oh, I just blankly stare. I'm like, I have no idea what you just said, because my hearing is also not great. So.
Well, I've noticed that I kind of rely a little bit on looking at lips to understand things. It also doesn't help because there's a piece of plexiglass between it.
Yeah.
But what I was saying is this sample is from the Tiffany and Jamie Beavor collection.
Oh, that is not what I got at all.
Okay.
I did get Beavor, and I was like, what does a beaver have to do with it?
They're building a dam, and we need to stop them. They're our enemies.
It's not true. No, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, good old Ty Koopa is drinking some Old Pogue, of course. Nice. He is the Old Pogue.
He's the Old Pogue guy.
Ambassador.
He should be.
Should be. You work on that, Ty Koopa.
He spreads the Old Pogue love. I feel like there was something else I was going to say. Oh, yeah. If you're new, then subscribe. If you like it, and maybe give us a thumbs up. But that's up to you, at your discretion, if you feel like we earned it.
Absolutely.
If you don't, then just sit quietly.
Show of hands if you're new to live, or if this is your first live in a while, or whatever. Let us know.
This is very warm.
Right there.
Where?
Yeah, this is great.
Oh, in the comments.
Yeah. Chattanooga whiskey, yeah.
It's very warm. It doesn't have the richness that I would want at 113.6 proof.
But it's the richness you deserve.
No.
She deserves more richness.
Yes. Okay. Always.
Sarah, in hindsight, I was looking through our samples, and I kind of saw this, and I got excited. I was like, "Ooh, 113.6," and we've had some Chattanooga stuff, and I was like, "Yeah, this sounds great for tonight." But in retrospect, probably not the best sample to start out with because we're getting ready to go to a couple 90 proofers.
Well, Chad, you've blown it.
There goes our credibility, if we ever even had any. But no,
we're not experts. We're just enthusiasts.
This is good. I enjoy this. 1816 cask strength, 113.6 proof. Thank you, Tiffany and Jamie. We haven't, the chat's going a mile a minute, so we don't know if you guys are in here or not, but thank you very much for that. Well, hey, here, Ashley's helping us out here, saying Raider and Daniel, first time live and first time in the chat. In that order.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah.
Thanks for joining.
Is just waving. Mm-hmm. Glenn and Kathy, you guys are always here.
They're just saying, hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, welcome. We got a lot of people new in the house. We got some Iowa in the house.
We got Captain Trev Wilson. Looks like he is moderating tonight. I don't know if any of our other moderators are in here.
There's Trev.
Clifton, Bourbon Bites right there. Check him out, his channel.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm gonna press pause on this.
Yeah, same. I don't want to fry this palate for these 90 proofers. Oh, and we have our first super chat of the evening.
Well, I suppose we have to... no. Because... Michelle, thank you. A triangle cheers for you.
Triangle cheers.
Hello, Chad and Sarah. We opened our Bardstown Discovery series tonight. Thanks again for the advice. Cheers.
Oh, right. Yes.
Yes. Right.
Well, no. I remember giving the advice about that.
You've just been on the threes.
Right. Quite right. Oh, yes. Glad you guys enjoyed that, and thank you so much for that super chat.
Thank you. Well, I guess I'll finish this now.
Same. Whew.
You said same.
Same. Cool.
All right.
What we're going to do are some What's News.
Let's do some What's News.
And then we're going to do...
But I kind of want something while we do the What's News. Because it's going to take a minute.
Well, we can get something in our glass.
Yes, please.
To let it open up.
I'd like that. Thank you. You choose. Guide me.
Bourbon or rye, Sarah? Let's do bourbon.
Let's start... Why did you even ask? Oh, the funny bone.
Man
Toughen up.
Man down. Don't you cry. Okay.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
All right.
I'll live. We're gonna do this chicken cock Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, 90 proof. We're gonna get it.
I never get to open them, you guys.
Yeah, do me proud, Sarah. With that cork.
Oh, it's not my fault. It's the cork's fault.
Okay.
Ew, that kind of looks.
We'll see.
It's just wet.
We'll see when the rye comes around.
It smells fine.
What was I saying? Doesn't matter.
You were saying let's start with the bourbon.
And then we're going to do the What's News.
And then we're going to do the What's News. I really like how they changed this bottle to put the chicken wire on the, in the embossed thing. I think it makes it look a lot nicer, which a lot of people argue, I don't care what it looks like. And I'm like, very true, but I think it's fun.
It is fun.
I don't know a lot of other bottles that have this type of a texture.
Agreed.
I think it's cool.
It is very cool.
Very on brand for them.
I saw a question in the chat about when our rocks glasses are going to be back in stock at whiskeyambitions.com. They're on order, so...
Soon.
Yeah, hopefully in a couple weeks.
And we got to stock up soon, again, too.
Yeah, got to stock up for that Christmas season.
Christmas season, which it'll be here before you know it.
Before you know it. That's right.
It'll definitely be here before we know it. We always get caught off guard on that.
Yeah.
It's like, we know it's coming every year. Anyways.
Same time every year.
Scooby D says, love watching America.
Cowbell, cheers to you. Thank you, Scooby D. What's news before we get to this guy right here? Some good stuff. All this spoiler.
That's appley. But I'll let you continue.
Ooh, that's appley.
We'll let this open up for a second.
Okay.
We don't usually do that on live.
Should we drop the gauntlet to begin with?
Just drop it.
Okay.
The big one. The big one. We...
Hide your face, Sarah.
Did a little hunting this weekend.
I don't know if it's...
It's fine.
It's focused.
It's had its chance. It's not going to happen, Chad.
Daggone it.
Stop trying to make fetch happen.
Well, it's... I got it on face tracking, and it's a really good camera for tracking your face. You really have to just
You really have to hide your face. Ugh. So, this is this year, the 2020 Bottled and Bond. The first place we walked into, it was up there, and it was very reasonable. I mean, it was very much comparable to what you pay in the gift shop.
We haven't even said yet.
William Heavenhill. Bottled and Bond.
13 year. It's the 2020 release. Yes, drop that gauntlet. Is Drew in here?
Is Drew in here?
I know Drew is...
Woo Drew.
Is a fan. Oh, now we're going to have... Oh, sorry, Trev. You're going to have to...
Sorry, Trev.
Approve all the chicken cock typing in the...
I didn't sign up for this tonight.
We're not doing Dickel, so...
Now you've started it.
But yeah, wow. As you said, first, we did a little hunting. First store we walked into, it was behind the shelf. It was... I mean, we don't know, I guess, what MSRP on this is.
No.
But comparing to last year's,
it was very
not
on par.
Much higher at all. Now, last year's might be more expensive since it was a barrel proof and this isn't. Don't know yet. But it was to where we didn't even have to think about it. We were like, okay.
Yep, we'll take that.
We'll take that.
Yeah, I had to, really search for it because I was like, the orange one, I don't think there's been an orange one. Could this be the 2020? It's too early for that. It's only July. Usually they don't...
Right.
You don't see them until September.
Yeah.
August, September. So, yeah, this is the first time I've seen it, even heard about it. I didn't even know what this year's release was going to be. So, pretty exciting stuff there.
Trev, give Joseph Brazo the Dickel warning. You get 3.
Don't make him put you in timeout. All right, what's next? The next one. Oh, well, that's fine too.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't matter.
All right, fine.
Because we've been getting a lot of questions about this.
The very old St. Nick. So we started with, I think this is the lowest year, right? Or what did we decide to buy?
We bought the
Harvest Rye.
Yeah,
which
not
is
an age stated.
Non-age stated, but it's 118.8 proof. So we're like, all right, we'll start here. And I think price-wise, this was kind of the lowest.
It was like $129, I think, $130.
But we're actually going to the distillery.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the distillery next weekend because they have their little
Put this back until we're
2 regulation tours and tastings set up.
Yeah.
Ooh, I scraped my hand. Anyway, so we're going to go check it out. But we've been getting some questions about whether it's worth it. Should people buy it? And I'm like, I can't honestly tell you because I have not tried it. So we did come across some bottles of this.
Now we will be able to try this.
At least that's one of them. There's an 8-year, and then there's also the Summer Rye, I believe. And we did not get that one.
We're going to give Cream of Kentucky another try. Now, this is batch number 3. It's 12.3 years old. And it's 101 proof. Yeah, so this is the Jim Rutledge, former Four Roses master distiller. Right. His stuff, we weren't all that impressed with the...
Weren't too fond of the first batch.
So...
But we heard really good things about the second batch, so hopefully this third batch is more in line.
Finally, we found the B 520 of the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. We were really impressed with the A. Going to see how it stacks up. So we got the B here.
Because, I mean, the past few years, one of the Elijah Craig Barrel Proofs has made it into the best of.
One year, I think 2 of them were in there.
Yeah. So that's kind of a big one for us.
Big deal.
We got to start tasting those soon, too.
Yeah.
Making our little log. Oh, I love the end of the year. It's the best time for bourbon.
That's right. And then lastly, at least for this week, because we don't want to go all night with what's news.
No.
The very last store we went into. We'd given up all hope.
Given up all hope of finding
this. Our Patreon members, if they watch your lens, you already know what this is. It's the Rare Breed Rye.
Woo! We haven't found it anywhere, and it was the last stop.
Yes. So, looking forward. I know a lot of you whiskey tubers out there have already put out their 2 cents on this. We're finally gonna be able to weigh in on it. So we're just really looking forward to that.
Real excited.
So that's what's new.
That's what's new for this week.
And that's what's up.
But sometimes that is what's up. Oh no, sometimes that is what I'm talking about.
Sometimes that is what I'm talking about.
This is better than I thought.
Okay, yeah, so uncorking time. Again, this is chicken cock, 90 proof, Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. Full disclosure, this and the rye were sent to us by the distillery, but of course our review is our own, but thank you to them for providing us a bottle so we didn't have to, go out and buy one ourselves.
Sure.
So that's cool.
Yeah. I got a lot of apple on the nose.
There is a lot of apple.
But also some cinnamon stick. It's kind of got an apple pie vibe going on the nose.
Now what's cool about...
It's nice and warm.
The brand, anyway, is this brand was started in my hometown, Paris, Kentucky.
Really?
Yeah. Bourbon County, Paris, Kentucky. Yeah, back in the 1800s. A little blurb here. One of the oldest bourbon brands in the U.S., Chicken Cock was established in 1856 in Paris, Bourbon County, Kentucky. 7 decades later, it was a staple of Prohibition-era speakeasies, including the world-famous Cotton Club.
Huh.
Known as the famous old brand, Chicken Cock died after World War II. Oh, probably from... What did people die from in that era?
I don't know.
Rickets or something. I don't know. But has now returned to its rightful place in the pantheon of great American heritage whiskeys. Okay.
Pantheon.
It says Owensboro, Kentucky, back here.
What distillery is that?
Don't know.
I don't know either.
I think I took a picture of...
They can use their Google powers.
Well, I took a picture of it at a store so we could talk about the price.
It's a famous old brand.
Didn't I?
90 proof, as you said. No age statement.
Thought I
which
did.
I can kind of tell.
Oh, here it is. Okay, $57.99. This was at maybe Total Wine, probably.
Yeah.
So $57.99. The rye is going to be $72.99.
I could see that I mean, I always can see rye being more expensive just because rye is a more expensive grain.
Yeah. Oh, Matt from the Whiskey Crusaders, always coming in with the info when we need it. He said the distillery burned down.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I think we missed some super chats,
sure,
you guys. I'm sure.
I'm
sorry about that. JG
Wentworth 877 Mesh now.
Brian.
Brian.
JG says, finally got to try the Booker's first quarter release, and you are so right. It is nutty and yummy. Whiskey cheers from Iowa. Glad you got to try it. And Brian says, cheers.
Cheers. Cheers to you both.
Whew, it's hot in here.
It is.
The bourbon in this light.
These studio lights.
In this 80-degree weather.
Yeah.
It's my whiskey, and I need it now.
So, yeah, kind of apple-y on the nose. Tell you what, it is bringing some heat for a 90
It's bringing some heat for a 90.
It's sticking around on the tongue. Not so much getting that Kentucky hug just yet.
I got it.
But
I think it's got a vanilla note on the finish. It does remind me of like an apple pie with ice cream or something like that. So I think the quality is there. 57 is a lot for a 90 proof, you know?
I agree.
Says us who just paid how much for that 100 proof William Heavenhill, but that's different. It's 13 years old.
Yeah.
This is not age stated, so that's something to keep in mind as well.
Yeah. And that's also a once a year LE. This is, all year round.
That's true too.
So, I'm getting a graininess now. Sometimes that can be a bad thing. It's not so much that. It's not like a youth so much, but it is sort of grain forward, and I'm trying to kind of put my finger on what that grain is exactly.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's where I'm getting like a pie crust type of
that might kind of be
grain
it. Yeah.
Ish. I'm not sure.
Almost like a very light cornbread.
So the corn's coming through.
Yeah. I mean, it shouldn't take a rocket scientist
Surprise! The corn's coming through in this bourbon.
The corn's coming through, but there's corn in my bourbon.
There's at least 51% of it.
At least. Yeah. No, I like kind of the spice for a 90 proof. It's reading more probably like 100 proof to me. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't really have any real sharp edges, except the graininess, which might be bordering on youth.
Uh-huh.
But
I want to compare it to the rye.
Yeah, okay.
Well, you can finish that, or you don't have to. Just in my mind, I guess. I can remember.
Okay, let's move on to the rye. Now, the rye, as I said, we saw it in the store for $72.99. It's also 90 proof. Very
Better.
Good. And also non-age stated, but same brand. Thank you. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Well, Matt's saying that the bourbon is 4 years and the rye is 2.
Interesting. But it does take rye less time to mature.
That's right. Yeah, you can usually get away with a younger rye.
So this is also 90 proof. Do you want to... I think it probably says this. It says the same thing.
It does. I was just looking for...
Ooh!
Age at least 2 years, yeah. I was looking for where they had to put it on the bottle, and they did put it on the bottle, so good for them.
Definitely.
This one,
definitely rye.
They don't have to put it on the bottle. This one, under 4, they do.
Huh.
And they have. So good.
So good.
Good for them.
A fuzz.
Yep.
Oh. Yeah, definitely. You can tell by the nose. It's a rye. It's got that almost evergreen, minty,
winter mint
spice,
type of nose.
Clove.
Yeah.
95% rye mash bill, Todd says. That explains the nose.
That is
completely
super believable.
Minty.
Completely believable, yep.
But also kind of soft. It gets hot at the end.
It's pretty soft for 95% rye.
Definitely still minty, but there's a savory note in there too.
Of course, it's just 90 proof, so that might be kind of adding to it.
What is that?
I think it's a weird combination of like coming on winter mint and then going to spearmint.
But there's something...
Maybe a light clove kind of dancing around in there.
There's something savory in there, too.
More cornbread? No, not in this one.
Almost like bacon grease, but no, I don't know. It might be.
And PC Fry says, I
think it is.
Call the rye taste pine needles.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like that evergreen. And it has that like eucalyptus effervescence type of finish. So whereas, they're both kind of hot on the finish. I think this one, it almost makes you feel like you can take a deeper breath or something like that. It kind of clears you out. Sort of like if you have, not the same sensation as wasabi, but how it kind of just gets you.
Yeah, almost like stepping into a steam room that kind of has that menthol type of... The rye is kind of adding to like the heat of a room, and then that...
It's very herbal.
Herbaceousness. Mm-hmm. There you go.
I have to say, I find the flavors in the rye much more interesting.
Double mint? Yeah, maybe.
It's mellow, but it's still got rye flavors going on. Like, this would definitely be something for me for, like, fall. I think this would be great in a certain kind of cocktail, too. However, at $75 a bottle, I don't know that I want to put it in a cocktail.
Agreed. And also...
I don't think I do.
That 90 proof, it can cut through. It doesn't have to be above that, but...
that 95% rye can cut through.
Yeah. That would for sure. A certain type of cocktail, you hit it right with that.
Yeah, it couldn't be, like, if it was fruity and lemon forward and stuff like that, I don't think this is the right thing. But for a certain type of drink.
Pull my bourbon glass back. Get a sploosh more. Ooh. Kind of compare and contrast.
Yeah, it's almost got like a smoked ham or bacon grease type of note in there hiding underneath the herbal that makes it a kind of a savory quality that offsets the mintiness, which I think is a lot more interesting. Like, normally I don't gravitate to 95% rye because it just feels like licking a Christmas tree to me or something like that. Shh. It's not your time.
Typically, I think we found that we like 95.5s that are older, like your Whistle Pigs, and well, those are 100. But older high ryes are better for us than younger ones that are 95.5.
I think at 2 years, this is very interesting.
It's very interesting. I wish it was this price.
I agree.
Or lower. But tell you what, going back to the bourbon after the rye is a much more enjoyable experience coming off of that 113 to 113.6 Chattanooga.
Before I try it,
yes.
Let's give Ashley a cowbell.
Aha, Ashley.
Ashley says, think we'll have a shot at a meetup in 2020, maybe virtual? Maybe. We're working on something.
We're cooking something.
It would be small, though, as things would have to be.
True.
Yeah. I think our efforts might be better spent looking ahead to 2021.
Agreed.
Than trying to do something big.
But it's not to say that we might not be able to figure out something virtual.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. But we're definitely going to try for something in 2020. And we are already working on something, so.
Yeah.
We'll just say that.
We'll just leave it at that.
But actually, you are in the perfect position since you are one of our patrons to hear that info as it rolls in. So going back to the bourbon, did you do that?
No, because you still have it.
Okay.
Now here you have this.
And this is the rye?
Is there a mask that we can drink good whiskey through? Brian wants to know. I haven't seen that yet, but I think there'd be a market for it.
I think if
How would it work?
How like the beach balls have the thing for the air, I think you would pop that out, undo it, and then stick a straw through.
But see, we don't want to bring back straws.
It could be a sustainable straw.
Okay.
She's worried about the turtles.
I am.
That's okay.
What if the mask had like a Velcro mouth thing and then Velcro over here so you could undo it and then do it and then you could take a drink and then...
I would say zipper, but then you
versus doing it
then you just look like a gimp.
Yeah. I guess at that point you might as well just take all of the mask off.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, if you're going to sit down to eat or drink, you're going to take it off anyways.
Or look like a gimp. Yeah. Okay. You're trying the bourbon again after the rye.
Ooh.
Yeah, it smells better, right?
It does. Less sweet apple.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Clifton from Bourbon Bites, channel here on YouTube that combines bourbon with bites, 8-bit, 16, 64 bites, as in video games. Says he needs to do a fight of Knob Creek, Dickel, Fighting Cock, and Chicken Cock. Had to change the O's to zeros and able to send this. Sorry Trev. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you, Clifton.
I guess.
This is your rye. I still have my rye.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So what do you think?
I mean, I do think when you go back to it, by comparison, it is better than I thought it was at first.
Yeah.
I still think...
Don't drink after each other, kids. We're professionals.
Well, we also are married, so...
Yeah. We are quarantined together.
Well, we're not really in quarantine.
Well, no. But we're together.
We are.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely like the bourbon better after coming off the rye.
I'm sticking with the rye. Sorry, Chad. I don't agree with you.
No, I wasn't saying that I pick the bourbon. I was saying I like the bourbon more after coming off the rye.
I agree with that. I still like the rye best.
I do think the rye is a little bit more unique than the bourbon. Now, nitty-gritty time, recommend or not, since this is an official uncorking, I think the $55, $56 for this bourbon for a 90 proofer, especially for the age. But age isn't everything, but, you know, that does come into account as a kind of a bar, right? I don't know. That's hard to give it a recommend. There's so many other things for that money that you could get 2 bottles of.
Sure.
So it's going to be like this, more to like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely going to say pass here. And I would say here, I would say yes, give it a try. If you've had something, like, again, though, if you've had Pikesville, it's a barely rye and it's higher proof. So I can't really say go there first. And then if you like that, step up here because you're getting more rye content, but lower proof. So that's not really a good, I guess if you like ryes and you know you like that minty spearmint, eucalyptus, herbal.
And if 90's around your proof.
Right, then I would go with this.
Yeah.
So.
Because of the price, I'd probably say get it at a good price at a bar. You know, get a drink of it first.
Fair. I think high ryes are divisive. So
yeah, agreed.
Then you should know that that's the road you want to go.
Yeah.
And we've had one of their limited editions too.
Right, like the 8-year.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I remember liking that.
That was pretty good. Okay. I see we have a super chat, but I'm gonna stand up again.
Ooh, Todd Koopa said, "Love that," or that rye is right in my alley. Love a high rye. Yeah, you could do Old Forester rye, and if you like that, then you could step up here. What you doing? Clicking buttons. Not what you're doing. I mean, I don't know what you're doing. You can't all tell me what you're doing. All right, well,
take all night.
I finished my drink, but we have a super chat from John. So I'll go ahead and read it, and then when we get the next thing, we'll give you a cheers.
Okay.
John says, trying this again. Cheers from Illinois, Chad and Sarah. Oh, cheers from Illinois, Chad and Sarah. If I could just, put the emphasis on the right. Drinking Heavenhill 10-year bottled and bond myself at the moment. I bought this at your previous recommendation. Thanks.
Nice.
Heavenhill
10-year Heavenhill. Well, that could be Henry McKenna. That's technically Heavenhill. That's bottled and bond 10-year.
Yeah, because otherwise it's a 7-year.
Unless it's William Heavenhill.
But
there was an 11-year bottled and bond.
I don't think there was a 10-year.
But congrats.
But whatever it is from Heavenhill that's 10 years in bottled and bond, I'm sure it's great.
Yeah.
And Dustin says, best whiskey you tasted from Whiskey Weekend Batch 2. Highlight of 2020 easily. Ooh, goodness.
Best whiskey.
What do we have on the bus? Let's see.
Well, I think I know mine. The one that I voted for at It's Bourbon Bar Night.
Oh, yeah.
Which was the Grease's his blend, right?
Mm-hmm. You voted for that.
I did. I think you voted for
mine, I think.
You did vote for yours, which
I voted for myself.
It was a great one. And then I also really liked...
You can't hold that against me because Dixon agreed with me.
He did. And I was going to say I like what Dixon had, which was, I think... I know it was Kentucky Elk. I can't remember if it was the rye or the bourbon. But it was pretty exceptional.
I think my favorite was the first... When we got there, that first night, they opened the George T. Stagg. And what's not to love about that? That was a great pour.
True.
Probably a basic answer, but...
Yeah.
I liked it.
Okay, moving on to our third uncorking of the evening. How about it? We'll get something in our glasses here, and then we'll do some...
do a cheers.
Some cheers to you guys. So this is the Bulleit Frontier Whiskey, of course, as I always do. The nice embossed, you can see it there in the light. But this is the Blenders Select. So this is 100 proof, a little higher than the normal, and it's a limited mingling of 3 of their bourbon distillates for a unique character. So
interesting.
Yes.
So is this the first step in that whole 10 recipes but blending recipes together like the Four Roses alley? Because that's basically what small batch select is 4 recipes.
It is 6. It's 6.
Regular small batch is
3. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So yeah, it's 6 of the
Isn't
10.
it?
This is 3. They also have 10.
Is the small... No, yellow label is all 10.
All 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
but it's only 80 proof.
I don't know why. It's like, I feel like I learn Four Roses stuff. I learn the letters. I learn all the things.
Yeah.
And then it's like a month goes by and I'm like, what?
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I'm really good at test taking, but not good at like long term.
The quiz.
Yeah.
All right, pause for cork pop.
All right.
Ooh. Well, I'll give it about a 3 on cork pop, but that's okay. That's not what it's all about. There's some info. It gets poured up here.
Achieving award-winning results consistently from batch to batch requires Bulleit Blenders, Ebony Major, and Andrew McKay to be at the top of their craft. I promise I can read. To do this, they mingle 10 distillates that are the outcome of 2 high rye mash bills, each distilled with 5 proprietary yeast strains aged between 6 and 8 years. This limited small batch bottling was personally led by Ebony, who created the first ever select mingling, highlighting 3 of our 10 distillates. Notes of vanilla bean, honey, dried fruit, and toasted oak.
La 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 la.
I'll skip that part. A unique experience that's distinctly Bulleit in character. We hope you enjoy. Cheers.
Okay.
I'm going to be perfectly honest with you right now. I have never been a fan of Bulleit. I've always found it overhyped. I think it's got a great brand recognition.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I think they established that brand over a long period of time in the marketplace that people perceive it at a certain rate. But, like, right. I do feel like this is encroaching on Four Roses.
Well, I'll tell you what. I
don't think I can be into that.
Early in 2020, before the lockdown, before that was on the horizon, went on a barrel pick for OBC Kitchen, or with OBC Kitchen, with Iverson and others from OBC Kitchen in Lexington, and went to the distillery, the new distillery. We went on a tour, and so I know from firsthand that it's, I mean, I'm like, I've heard this before. Oh yeah, from Four Roses. So it's, I mean, you just heard, you know, the yeast strains and the mash bills, high rye. I mean, and if you look up on the internet who makes Bulleit, it's usually comes up Four Roses, even though it's non-disclosed, right? But it's obviously Four Roses. And I asked the tour guide, is anything on the shelf right now made by Bulleit? And they said, no, not yet. It's not old enough. It'll still be a while. So this isn't a Bulleit bottle, but it's not Bulleit distillate.
Yeah.
And it won't be for a little while. Now, can we guarantee without a shadow of a doubt that this is Four Roses?
No.
No, but...
because it's not disclosed.
Yeah. Let's make up for a few super chats here.
As well as Brian's.
As we have a new one coming in.
Bulleit Blenders versus Four Roses Small Batch Select. Can they approach Brent's blend? I doubt it. That's an interesting side-by-side, though. I like that.
For all the super chats here recently. Yes. Very sweet and floral. Very recognizable.
See, but here's my thing. I don't know why I've always felt that I just don't really care for Bulleit when I do like Four Roses.
Well...
but, I mean, obviously they do different things for them if they're making it for them.
They have to try to differentiate themselves, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you can do a lot with blending, you know?
Yeah, floral.
It
smells like bourbon.
There's not a whole lot jumping out. Yeah, it's just sort of
little char, little caramel.
Yeah, a little cinnamon, some spice poking through there. We know it's high rye from what they told us. Yeah. And we have Tony coming in with a super chat saying, "I know it's not your thing, but a beginner cigar video would be really fun." Yeah, that would be fun.
We are beginners.
Because
do you think one of us would throw up by the end of it? Yeah. I can really only stand like a few puffs of a cigar, and then I'm like, my head hurts.
Right. Well, thank you for that super chat, Tony. Much appreciated. And yeah, Joseph Brazo brought up a good point that a Bulleit Rye is MGP. Yeah, but the
is it all MGP? Did it used to be Four Roses and now it's MGP?
Well, it's rye. Four Roses doesn't do a rye.
Right, but I mean all of it. Like we don't know for sure that it's.
Well, originally I think Bulleit was Buffalo Trace juice back when they had that different bottle. I mean, I can provide a visual aid.
Provide the visual aid, Chad. They have nutrition facts on the back of it? I don't need that in my life. I'll Google it if I want to know. 121 calories.
So back when Bulleit was first around, and do you recognize this bottle? Oh,
that looks like an Elmer T. Lee bottle.
Yeah, this was Buffalo Trace in its very beginning. Bulleit's beginning, that is. This is 90 proof. They had another one with a horse on the label. I think there was maybe a little higher proof or something.
I don't know.
But yeah, we're very lucky to have this. Shout out to Swan for facilitating.
Yay,
all right.
Swan.
Here we go.
I definitely already drank it while you were up.
That's fine.
It starts out promising.
I like that little blast of spice.
But then I just feel like it doesn't close.
And this was around $50, I want to say. Maybe I remember maybe being a little bit more than like a Four Roses single barrel, which would be the same proof.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll say this: I like it a lot better than the regular Bulleit 90 proof.
So I was about to say that this is probably the thing that I've tried from them that I liked the best. It has a lot of great flavor, promising flavor up front, but then I just feel like it kind of just drops off a cliff. It's like, ooh, I'm here, and I'm gone.
It gives you the tongue tingle, that's for sure. I'm tasting that high rye that they're talking about. I'm actually getting a Kentucky hug on this one, where I wasn't so much on the others.
Do you feel like at the finish, it's just really blasting char?
Yeah, it's sort of brittle.
It's bitter and dry.
It is dry. I'm not loving that.
I'm not loving that.
If you know this channel, you know a dry whiskey can be killer for me. It's a little hot.
Joseph Brazo says boycott Bulleit. That is the story.
There has been that thing.
There has been that out there. Again, I've never really cared for it, so this is the first time we've had a bottle of it in several years because it's not been
there's been some
something
stuff
that's
out
on
there.
our radar, and there's been some stuff out there. Yeah. The last thing I heard was that he had stepped back. I don't know if that's still the case. I know there's a lot of shady stuff going on.
Yeah, we won't get into it. If you're curious, it's a goog away. It's a little Google.
Yeah. So, but this is the first thing they've put out in a while that was new, so.
I mean, yeah, as you said, probably my favorite thing from Bulleit in a long time. Now, when the barrel proof first came out, I was really on board with that, 119 proof, I believe. Mm-hmm. But when we had it in blind flights,
it just.
But you know what's also weird is a lot of Four Roses stuff ends up oddly placed in flight fights because we've always said Four Roses is sort of like more of a unique type of mash bill or presentation, and a lot of times when you're doing that back to back with more traditional, your Buffalo Traces, your Wild Turkeys, whatever, it can kind of be like, oh, there's something funky about this one, when really that could kind of be if you're just drinking it by itself, interpret it as uniqueness, right? Mm-hmm. So it's just another clue that it's obviously Four Roses. When Bulleit, that barrel proof, I think it came in like last. We're like, I thought we liked this. It's not that we didn't. It's just when you put it up with other things, it fares poorly.
Yeah, by comparison.
So,
and that was what, 2016, I think?
17,
maybe early 2017 when we did that comparison. And that was the last time, like, I think that was the first time that I felt promising was with the barrel select. But then, like you said, that was immediately discredited when we did the flight fight. So
Yeah.
50-something?
I believe so. Yeah.
Recommend? I'm gonna go ahead and give it a nope.
I would say
you just buy Four Roses. Buy Four Roses Small Batch Select.
Oh, this compared to Small Batch Select, yeah, it's 103. It's
just buy Four Roses Small Batch Select.
Yeah, 103 proof. That is.
It has a much more well-rounded balance.
I completely agree. This or Small Batch Select, definitely Small Batch Select.
Yeah.
Now, just this alone, I would say if you like the 90 proof Bulleit, you really enjoy that, then I feel like this is a step up. It's a step in the right direction. So if you are a Bulleit drinker, then yeah, I would recommend it. Me personally, for the price, I am gonna go Four Roses. So I would I would give it this sideways. So meh. Clifton, Bourbon Bites, saying if you like Bulleit Rye, just buy Dickel Rye. Same MGP and similar age. And probably a lot less expensive. So
there you go.
There you go. Well, the Uncorkings have sort of been a little pooper tonight.
Yeah,
so we're gonna end with something that I know we're going to enjoy.
Yay! I love things that we're going to enjoy.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put this away.
Bloop.
What is it?
Well, I'm not sure if he is in the chat. That doesn't matter. I would like to do...
Hey, since we were just talking about it.
Hot Buttery Rolls. Are you in the chat?
I think I saw someone saying Hot Buttery Rolls. Someone said. I don't know if he's here.
Raise your hand.
He'll raise his hand.
If you're sure. Oh, and we missed some super chats.
We did.
Or at least one.
Oh, JG says any new merch soon. Cheers.
Yeah.
Chad says, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't pressure him.
But yes.
No.
Yes.
Like that bar.
Yeah. Christmas time. Get ready for...
Well, hopefully before then.
Yeah, but I'm saying at least then. If not before.
Before then.
Yes. We've been looking for Chris.
Potentially, maybe by Bourbon Heritage Month.
Yeah.
What a great time to celebrate bourbon merch.
Totally. Yeah, Hot Buttery Rolls.
But it's over here.
Well, we'll do it over there. So Chris, we just found out recently, discovered that he has his own YouTube channel out now as well. So that's another thing that you can go check out for his reviews. But this is from Chris. We want to thank you very much for that.
It's been a while.
Yeah, we were organizing.
Organizing.
We're like,
Oh, hey, wait.
Yeah, so this is a pick from Pinky's Wine, Beer, and Spirits. It's 8 years, 7 months. It's an OESO, which is 75% corn, 20% rye. So this is their low rye mash bill and 5% malted barley. Mm-hmm. But still, 20%. That ain't low in some people's books.
No.
Pause for cork pop.
Okay.
The best cork pop of the night.
OBSV is the only single barrel Four Roses I've had. That's the quote standard single barrel, says Tom. I like the V's and the K's. The Q's are good too. Absolutely. I mean, honestly, I prefer the 35% rye stuff, but
I mean, it all just depends on that recipe.
It really just depends on that recipe.
There's really treats in all of them. And Trev Wilson put out Hot Buttery Rolls. Link there in the chat. Thank you for that, Trev. Yeah. So you guys can go check that out and give him a sub.
And so thank you again for this bottle. He gave it to us when we were at the Masters Ball
right?
in last year, so 2019.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things where we came home with all of our stuff and I think just like put stuff down.
Yeah.
And then things got shuffled in the mix because, you know, after several days of drinking, that'll happen to you. And then we're doing some organizing last weekend.
At least I did my
we have the tag
system right here.
If you guys get a lot of bottles and you need, or like sharing from friends and stuff and you need to keep track, those little neck tags are actually a really great way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay. I mean,
very clovey and dark cherry.
I get hints of it from that.
Yeah.
From that Bulleit, but this is like
better.
Elevated, as they say in the cooking world. Well, cheers, everybody. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Definitely a cherry clove.
Ooh, and this is for Four Roses a higher proof, 62.2 ABV. So that's 124.4.
Very good, Chad.
Wow. Yeah, I know, right?
I asked him the math on something the other day. He goes, I don't even pretend to know math.
Yeah, like I don't even pretend.
Okay, I'll just get my calculator out.
So OESO. They say fruity, red berries, medium body. I think it's a beautiful body, personally. Red berry or fruit? What did I just say? Red berries.
He doesn't even know what he read.
Whoa. Red berries.
Should you read this one for anyone who doesn't know? Ooh, that's spicy, which is surprising. It's a 20% rye.
Yeah.
This is and again, I had this memorized at some point. 75 corn, 20 rye, 5 malted barley.
Yep.
So even this one that's only the 20% rye has got a lot of rye characteristics.
Where their low rye is higher than like Buffalo Trace's high rye.
Right. Which is, I think, the reason why I think Four Roses can be a little divisive.
Sure.
We know people who just go wild over Four Roses. And then other people Iverson, yes. Would buy every Four Roses pick he could, if he could. But then, you have people who are like, I'm not that into it. But I think the good thing is that they have all those different recipes, so there's got to be one that you like.
Yeah.
Doing Four Roses tasting parties is fun if you bring all 10.
Oh, man.
Or blending parties.
Oh,
we do that one every year, which who knows if we'll get to that this year, but that's a good time.
Making your own small batch. Yep.
Mm-hmm. It's fun stuff.
Well, I guess for the rest of the night, we'll just hang out with you guys and read from the chat here. So if you have any particular questions, let us know. Any comments? We're just kind of looking at the chat. This is, I think, our last drink of the evening.
Yeah, that ought to do it.
Because I'd like to sit here and enjoy this one. Yeah, Ashley saying Four Roses was one of her first go-to bourbons. Yeah, absolutely.
It took me a while. I think it has, again, some notes that are a little outside of typical bourbon notes of just like desserty vanilla caramel, that type of thing. It's a little bit more unique, or has the potential to be. Mm-hmm. And so at first I was like, whoa, I don't think I'm ready for this. But over time it's definitely grown on me. And I think, just falling in love with probably the 2015 limited edition small batch is what really did it. I was like, this is magic.
Yeah.
And then I really started getting into these.
The
small batch.
Elliott Select.
The Elliott Select.
Yeah.
All right, couple super chats. Cletus says, any updated bar cart videos for 2020 coming?
I mean,
it's a good idea, Chad.
Yeah. We can...
That didn't sound very confident.
I mean, we haven't done it.
Are you looking for... What you doing?
I'm just looking.
Okay. And Joseph says, does Elliott really have magical press?
I don't know if I understand that.
I don't think...
But I'm going to go ahead and say yes.
I'm going to say no, because I feel like he probably already has a restraining order against me.
But not me, so I can say yes, they're magical. What
the hell?
But cheers to Cletus and Joseph. How about cheers to you? Another video on finished bourbons in 2020.
There are a lot of new finished ones out there.
Yeah, actually.
We probably do need to do that.
Scrubs, Joseph says.
Chad, I'm disappointed in you.
Me too. I blame the whiskey.
I think a finished video would be good. We've talked about, I think a really good study would be just to do...
Elliot Reed. We were thinking Brent Elliot.
Oh.
Elliot Reed.
Well, we were just talking about
Magic
Elliot Select. Okay.
So the answer is a definitive yes.
Okay.
They are.
I think a really good video to do, which we've been talking about doing, would just be like a Bardstown Bourbon Company lineup of their finished stuff, because they've got the Goodwood finished stuff, they've got the wine barrel finished stuff.
They have that wine one that we haven't been able to find yet.
Right. I think that would be an interesting exercise in exploring the finished world.
Absolutely.
Except for they don't have a rum finish, I don't think. So we've been missing out a little bit there. But it is what it is.
There's also a question about a nutty flight fight. But it does seem like something that we should do.
Why aren't you writing these down? That's not true.
I watch this back when I do the timestamps, so.
Okay. Chad, get out your notebook and take those notes now.
Got it.
Future Chad.
That's future Chad's problem.
That's future Chad's problem.
Yeah.
Whoop, that's current Sarah's problem.
Uh-huh.
For Don.
That's for Don Nishida.
Don says, ask this on Perry's podcast. What's harder, getting a bourbon-only drinker to enjoy scotch or reverse? Some scotch drinkers think bourbon is not complex. Bourbon drinkers think scotch is gross.
I would think getting a bourbon drinker only to drink scotch would be the harder thing.
I agree. But that's also biased because we're bourbon drinkers who have a hard time getting into scotch. But I know lots of scotch drinkers who drink both. They just prefer scotch more.
They say that bourbon isn't complex enough, but they just haven't found their bottle of wow.
Well, and you just haven't found your bottle of wow.
A Scotch Test Dummies phrase for the Elijah Craig
I think
barrel proof.
If you ask a bourbon drinker, they're going to say what we just said. If you ask a scotch drinker, they're going to say the opposite. So,
but the correct answer is bourbon drinker liking scotch.
According to Chad.
According to the world.
Brian says, awesome reviews and fun channel. Thanks, Brian.
Thank you.
Richie says, my new iPhone is allowing super chats, so you can expect a few more of these. Cheers, Chad and Sarah. Woo!
Love the new iPhone. Thank you, Richie Z.
Thanks. Tony says, boom, boom, boom.
Another one bites the dust.
Goodbye.
So he just, had a bottle kill of Elijah Craig barrel proof C919.
Oh, am I reading again now?
Yes.
Okay. I made an infinity of the last three with the base of... I made an infinity of the last three with base of standard 94.
Oh, I see. So base of the standard 94 Elijah Craig, and then... Well, that's great, Tony Joey Bag of Donuts. Thank you so much. And that's for everyone else, for them their super chats. That's awesome. And, I feel like we have had a lot of scotch now, thanks to people giving us samples and going to, the La Quinta.
Yeah,
and
there have been...
I mean, we've tried.
We've tried a lot more than I ever thought we would try.
Yeah.
I've definitely opened up to some of them more. The problem is I don't take notes. So what I need to do is write down the ones that I'm more partial to. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, I could dabble a little. I think maybe you're a little not quite there. Maybe never will be there. It's just not for everybody. Some people don't like bourbon at all. Or whiskey at all. They're just like, I just drink gin.
That's right.
And
they like appletinis.
Cool. They like apple. Some people like appletinis. Some people like vodka.
But Tony Joey Bag of Donuts, thank you for remembering our Bottle Down song. We, of course, would also accept It's Raining Men because of the Whiskey Tribe.
Oh, yeah, that is our Bottle Down song.
But our particular Bottle Down song is Another One Bites the Dust. Yeah.
I like it.
But again, either or, we're all magnificent bastards here. Yeah.
Can I ask a random question to the audience?
Sure.
While we have a few more minutes. And this is not an anytime soon question.
Go for it.
This is a future question, just trying to figure out how much we should invest in going down this road. But as two people who do a lot of reviews and consume a lot of bottles over time, we have collected a large amount of empty bottles. And so we're like, what does one do with these empty bottles? And something that we both really like purchasing and using around the house is candles in old bourbon bottles. Now, to do it right and not cut somebody's hand off, you have to invest in the equipment to properly sand the glass and cut things, and then you got to figure out, okay, what type of candle do you want to make, what scents, what's the right balance, how do you do it on a large scale, blah blah blah. So it's down the road, right? But we're just trying to figure out how much we need to prioritize that, and I think it's a good thing because, we're upcycling our empty bottles and putting it on our merch site. I don't know. What do you guys think? Would you buy that? I think that would make a good gift.
Absolutely.
And we have plenty of variety of bottles, so you could kind of choose your size or bottle, whatever.
And here's the other thing.
No crazy scents, though. No,
No.
beach rain or whatever. It's going to be like vanilla, caramel, coffee.
Or even like
bourbon.
Sawdust.
Right. It would be like bourbon-themed scents only.
Yeah. Tastes and flavors you find in bourbon, more than likely.
Right. None of that crazy stuff.
But here's the cool thing. It could even be like this bottle was like, if we tag this, well, this is a pic, so we'll know. But like
this bottle was from this date.
Was opened on this show. Chad and Sarah first tried it on this date, and that can be like a little tag that comes with the candle. So boom, collectability. You can put that on eBay in a couple years and quadruple your money.
That's not true.
Prices are skyrocketing.
Don't start that rumor.
It's like those plates that they would sell. Remember those damn commemorative plates of U.S. presidents or Gone with the Wind or whatever? It's like those. They triple every year. Every year.
Melanie says a Nutty Squad candle. I think we could do that.
Nutty Squad candle.
Maybe like a nice hazelnut.
Ugh, the
flavor.
nuttiest smelling candle you've ever smelled.
I don't think you can make a peanut butter flavored candle. I don't think that exists. Have you ever seen one?
No. But I'll get our best scientist on it.
Scott, I love it. He says, "Here's 5 good ones for you."
Here's 5 good ones for you. Someone's listening.
Someone's been listening to the
Fake
Scrub.
Doctors, Real Friends podcast. I think we're going to do it this week. I think we're officially going to ask Donald Faison. I'm going to try to DM him.
Why don't you just message Joelle?
Well, I will. But
you're more likely of getting in
I'll
that
do
route.
both. I'll do both. Message Donald Faison and be like, "What's up? This is what we're talking about.
This is what I'm talking about."
This is what I'm talking about.
He's going to be like...
So, any words of encouragement for Donald? Again, we've seen some people out there on Instagram doing that at Donald_Azon. This week would be the best time because we're going to reach out. And maybe he'll see it. Maybe he won't.
Maybe he'll be like, "No, man. No. He doesn't know you."
Be like, "Look, man, we will send you..." We will not send.
He probably is at that level of celebrity where he does not want any food or beverage from anyone he does not know.
No. We got to figure it out. Because we have been fortunate enough to receive this from people. Total Wine, Total Wine and More, you can select the person's nearest Total Wine, and have it for pickup in their name.
Todd says he's messaged him twice now and no response, so okay. I wouldn't hold your breath. I wouldn't.
Mike McCauley did that for us. There was Knob Creek Single Barrel.
That's true. He did.
Sent it to our local Total Wine and went and picked it up along with some other things. I think the Texas. I
think he sent us that bourbon finished Scotch too.
But the Texas.
Iron Root.
Yes, Iron Root.
Yes. Ashley says a candle and a Glencairn, so when it's done burning, you have a Glencairn to drink out of? ? I don't dislike that idea.
Huh.
I wonder if they're too fragile. I don't know. Because, these are a little thicker. But it's possible.
We'd have to do some research and
we
make sure
that
would be okay for... As long as you cleaned it well afterwards.
Well, people clean out candle jars and use them for other things all the time. I mean, usually
I've
you
seen
use
it
it to, refill a candle.
Yeah, I've seen rocks glasses use as candles that you can then use as... I mean, we could do our rocks glasses right now.
I mean,
as soon as we start getting the candle making stuff.
Oh, yeah, small little candle. Yeah. How cute.
And as soon as they come back in stock. Hey, correct. Swan is here. Everyone say hello to Swan.
Hi, Swan.
He has a new cat.
Little kitten. How sweet.
Who enjoys scrolling through the chat. Yeah. We shouted you out earlier, Swan. Because this guy came up.
We were comparing.
And we said thank you to Swan. So
yeah.
There's Swanee. All right.
Well, I'm done with mine. I think it's about that time.
I poured some more, but this can be enjoyed
off camera. I suppose.
Offline.
Yeah. So I think we've done enough for this week.
Yeah, Brian says don't poison your audience. You don't want to lose patrons.
Definitely don't want to do that.
We'll
we would have to put a disclaimer. Please do or don't.
Feel free to drink. The buying of this candle enters into agreement that you agree that if you die because of this, we are not liable.
We would not put that on there. I don't think we would sell it if that was the case.
Good point. Yeah. So there you go.
There you go.
Yeah. We will see you guys next week. Don't know what we're doing, but that's nothing new.
That's normal.
That's very, very normal.
We have ideas. Like I said, the Bardstown video.
Yeah, Bardstown video. We've got some other things that some other distilleries have sent us that we need to uncork. And yeah, there's lots of stuff. Also, I'll tell you what. We need to get back to that Wild Turkey Master's Keep. The
we
bottled
do
and bond.
need to
Speaking of
revisit
bottles and
that.
bond,
Yeah, we need to give it another week or two.
We said we wanted to, maybe we wait 2 weeks. 2 more weeks from now.
Yeah, not next week, but the week after.
Yeah, we want to give it time to fully open up and then revisit it.
So that's probably coming up soon. But until then, like we said, give us a like, thumbs up if you liked what we did.
Last
we need some words of encouragement.
Time, because Trev Wilson took that shot of Jaeger, which we just posted. Oh, by the way, I meant to mention this. If you follow us on Instagram, @It's Bourbonite, real simple. On our story, about 2 hours ago now, we posted the video of Trev Wilson, who last week on live, since we got 333 thumbs ups, he took a shot of Jaeger for us.
Sick.
He took that Bulleit.
No one asked for that.
So thank you to Trev Wilson. Go watch that story if you haven't seen it, and
he's a trooper.
Tell Trev, good job. But yeah, we're 122 thumbs ups right now. We had over 333 last week. That's all I'm saying.
All right. If you want to keep seeing these, then maybe give it a subscribe if you want.
Hit subscribe.
Or just come back next week and make your decision. Then.
Click up here to subscribe if you want to.
You can't do that.
Suggestions of other videos. This will be on the replay.
Oh, okay.
All right, guys. Thanks so much. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Drink more bourbon.